Welcome to the Dirttime channel. I'm Alan Halcon.
I'm Christopher Nergesh.
I'm Dude McLean. He forgot who he was.
He forgot who he was there for a second.
So, folks, one of the most popular articles that ever appeared in Wilderness Way, while I was the editor, was with What's in Our Pocket, written by these two boys. And one day...
Wait, the most popular, I mean, like, out of all the issues we wrote for, this was, like, one of the most popular articles?
It was. I mean, and how I gauge that is reader response. You know, letters, phone calls. I'd like to see a follow-up. And even when we posted it on Dirttime, we got a lot of response from that.
That's true.
And so I was the editor for 7 years, so I don't remember where in there, but that one consistently got a lot of interest. One of you guys challenged the other one day. You're out driving, and you said, let's go spend the night in the woods with what we have in our pockets. You went somewhere. No. I don't know if it was close to here because we had to walk 18 miles to get to this spot today. Because
another 20 that way.
Another 20 up the way the crow flies.
Yeah.
And so why don't you tell us about What's in Our Pockets, the article, what you guys did, and how we're going to demonstrate something today.
One of the most common questions that we got in regards to that article was how we purified water, how we sustained ourselves with water.
You had no cans.
We had nothing. I mean, literally, it's with what's in our pocket. But we did, you know, based on experience and all that, we did have several options. But Dude and I settled on this one option here, Dude.
Did you decide that you could accept trash that you found along the way?
There was no trash.
There was no trash. Okay.
There was no trash.
So purifying water is a key thing of any wilderness survival situation. You had no can, no beer can, no container, and you used this guy?
So what we did, this is from a yucca stalk, and what you would see when it's dead is like this side.
But very tall.
So yeah, and we cut it down, split it.
So that means you had some kind of a saw in your pocket.
We had
the Swiss Army knife.
No, actually what it was, we didn't. It was more like this. It took quite a bit of work, but we took the knife and we just pounded and just started working until we were able to split it. We used some wedges and everything.
You didn't even have a saw?
Yeah. Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, no saw.
So then you hollowed the guy out.
Then we hollowed it out, and so we had to gather the wood and so on for a fire.
Okay.
And we were by a stream, so we did that. We gathered some rocks.
And the premise with the rocks is you're going to heat them?
We're going to heat them in the fire. Once they heated up, made some tongs, pick up the rocks, place it in here like that.
And that'll boil the water.
And it might take 2 changes of rocks to boil the water. Yeah. This probably holds about a quart.
No, that's more than a quart.
Probably might be more.
Probably 2 quarts. Yeah, I'd say 2 quarts.
So anyway, it's a substantial amount of water. So not only could we purify it, we could cook with it.
Cook in it too, sure. Make soup, make stew, make coffee.
Well, let's show them the tongs real quick. This is something similar to what we had. We found yucca along the way, and we field stripped it down the fibers. We didn't make any cords. We didn't have to get fancy. It was just really down and dirty, and we just made some tongs.
Just so you can pick it up.
So we can basically pick up the rocks.
And so
the hot rocks. You're not going to do it in your hand.
Yeah, they've got to be really hot in the fire. The water boils at 210, and you actually purify everything in the water at 170. So when this water is boiling, you guys have purified any biological contaminants.
Well, you know what? Instead of talking about it, why don't we show them what we did?
We'll show them how it works.
All right, cool.
All right. Okay, so one of the things you might notice in the background right here, 3 feet from us is the water. And some people might question why we're doing that. Well, the water's right here. When you're trying to transport water in something like this, you want the water as close as possible. So this is where our rocks are being heated right now. They're in the fire. Then we're right here. So it's going to be really easy to transfer the rocks to this trough. Easy to take the water and put it in the trough and put it up here. We only got to go sit down and just hand it to the other guy or put it on the ground.
Plus, when we want to put it out, the water is right there.
Yeah, how many times have we seen those shows where they have the fire very far away from where they really need it? They're trying to transport it now and all. That's ridiculous. Totally inefficient.
We're not going to camp here. You know, if we were going to camp here, we wouldn't camp this close to water.
No, absolutely not.
So all we're doing is preparing some food. And whenever I'm in the wild, I don't know about anybody else, and I know that you guys don't, but I don't know about you, I don't cook where I'm going to sleep.
No, absolutely not.
I go 300-400 yards away or more.
And the reason why? The obvious reason?
The critters.
Yeah, the animals smell that food, and they're going to come. He's going to have ants, bears, raccoons.
Yeah, any number of things. People.
Mice.
The Mounties.
Okay, that's getting good.
That's good, man. That's getting a little warm there.
Yeah.
All right, so that looks like those rocks are pretty piping hot, man. You want to get started on this? Let's put some water in the trough, and then we'll transfer the hot rocks.
Okay,
yep.
I'm ready.
It's all right. We get them back.
That's enough water?
so it's going to take those out. I don't know, if you get them all in there, maybe it will boil right now.
I think it's almost ready to boil.
Try it. Go ahead and put the
All right, cool. So that took us what, about
10 minutes?
10 minutes, right?
10 minutes.
heat
But,
the rocks.
but to split this thing and to
That's what took all the time.
and to haul it out
That
will
prepared.
take you about an hour.
Yeah.
An hour, really?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's what that
This
took
was
us a lot of time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is one that dude had made previously, but just now to make the fire, heat the rocks, put them in 10 minutes or so. You got hot water for soup, stew, whatever you guys
Or
want to make.
drink. Now you'll see
Coffee,
it
yeah.
looks a little bit dirty. What you're getting is some of the ash from the rock. It's not going to hurt you.
No, if you
Okay.
had food poisoning, that's probably good for you.
Yeah, but even if you didn't, it's not going to bother you. The other thing is, don't take a rock out of the stream. It might explode on you.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. They're
You want it-
full of moisture.
Right, so you don't want that to happen. So it's really that easy. And you can use any kind of a log. You can use any kind of a device to do this. It doesn't have to be this big. It can be bigger, etc.
And even 20 miles into the woods, you could still find
That's
yucca.
right.
and
You're stuck
wood.
with that 20
Okay,
miles.
18
You can't
miles,
get
I'm
over it.
sorry.
It's a
You'll get
thing he has.
18 miles, sorry.
Yeah. So,
Well, you know what's really cool is we demonstrated how we did this, and the tools that we used down to the tongs and everything, completely primitive stuff we just made up while
Yeah.
we were out here.
exactly.
Yeah, that's
So-
good. That's good.
Although when we did with what's in our pocket, I think I actually flattened the end of a stick to make more of a shovel, and
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
use
right.
the tongs.
Use a shovel type thing. Yeah, we didn't do the tong thing.
But you know, either way works.
Yeah. So,
So that answers the question.
There you
How
go.
how
You
these
can
boys
boil water.
purified water.
Well, there you go. I'm Alan Halcon, Christopher Niergish, Dude McLean. We'll see you next time on Dirttime.com.
check your 6 that way.
That way.
That's what I
Are
said.
you ever going to start saying like check your 12 or your 3
No,
or your 9?
I'm not interested in looking in front of me.